Are you in pain from a no-fault car accident? Don't wait. Call RES Physical Medicine and Rehab today and take advantage of our 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. One of our medical professionals will see you within 48 hours. RES offers DXD imaging for a more accurate diagnosis in less time. This allows our doctors to coordinate the most effective treatment plan to get you on your way to recovery faster. Feel better with RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. Click or call today to learn more.
Thank you so much. Oh, lemon lime too. Oh, jeez, that's awesome. It's like my top 2 flavors.
I stopped making my all-time favorite. My whole life I like citrus cooler. I can't find it anymore.
I was gonna say.
Ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday marks the 20th anniversary of the terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center in New York City, the Pentagon Building in Arlington County, Virginia, and in a field just outside Shanksville, Pennsylvania, on the morning of September 11, 2001. Nearly 3,000 lives were lost on this tragic morning, one that shaped an entire generation of young Americans, one those the age of 25 years old or younger have little to no memory at all. Before we begin tonight's contest, we now ask you to please join us in a moment of silence in honor of the men, women, and first responders who lost their lives that day, and to send your thoughts and prayers to their families and friends who are still grieving 20 years later. May we never forget the morning of September 11th, 2001. Thank you. At this time, we ask you all to please remain standing as we honor America with the playing of the Star and Spangled Banner from the United States Military Bands, and brought to you by our friends once again at Spotify.
Good evening, West New York High School sports fans, and welcome to WNYathletics.com for some high school football action. We are coming to you live from North Tonawanda High School in North Tonawanda, New York, for tonight's Class A matchup. It is a North Division rivalry game between the North Tonawanda Lumberjacks and the visiting Kenmore East Bulldogs. John Simon here alongside Tim Chiefa. And Tim, it's week 2 now, so we're a little bit more used to having football back here in the fall here in Western New York. But a different opening week for these two teams. For North Tonawanda, non-league game out at Clarence. Took a little bit of a punch in the gut out there. And for Kenmore East, a game that got canceled against Dunkirk. So this ends up being the Bulldogs opener tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you're North Tonawanda, you have to basically say your season starts tonight. You have to put that in the past. It never happened. It's over and done with. And obviously for Kenmore East, obviously being disappointed. Dunkirk, I think it was COVID reasons, couldn't play the game last week. So you would think, from a coaching standpoint, I would think, both coaches are probably saying the season starts tonight. And I'll tell you, it's great being back, to football too. You see the fans here, cheerleaders, the little girl cheerleaders. So, it's back to high school football, which is great, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Even with a little bit of inclement weather tonight, rain coming down here in North Tonawanda, not too bad. It's just a light drizzle right now. We'll see how that affects play. But like you said, the stadium here is still relatively packed. There's still a crowd coming in. And like you said, aside from a few games late in the season last year, I remember the Class C championship game at Medina. That fan section was great, I remember. But it's nice, like I said, football back in the fall.
Right.
The crowds are back in here, and everybody's enjoying some Friday or Thursday night football action.
Yeah,
Excuse me, I don't even want to get ahead of myself. We got a whole weekend of high school football coming up here.
Yeah, so another something new Western New York is trying this year, some Thursday night games, which I think is great. Anytime you can, get these kids highlighted as much as possible, I just think it's great for Western New York sports.
So North Tonawanda and Kenmore East both out on the field, ready for the opening kickoff. The Bulldogs are set to receive this one to start the game. The Lumberjacks in the home red with navy blue helmets and pants will be kicking away from left to right. Bulldogs in the visiting whites with yellow pants and blue helmets. As Tim and I said, first league matchup tonight for both these teams. North Tonawanda 0-1 overall. Kenmore East playing their season opener. And it looks like Justin Van Volkenberg, the senior, will be the one to kick this one away for the Jacks. As we said, weather might come into play tonight, so they'll have to hold the ball for this kickoff. And the kick is finally away. It's a short one, recovered right around the 45 of Kenmore East. And even though that one was right in the hands, the Bulldog player going to have to fall on that one. But a great starting spot for this opening drive for Kenmore East, Tim.
Yeah, not quite sure if that was an attempt at an onside kick or just try to catch Kenmore East off guard a little bit. But a good job by the Kenmore East front men to keep their eye on the ball, secure it, and go right down, giving them good field position to start.
And with the Ken East offense taking the field first, we'll get to see sophomore quarterback Danny Klein under center for the first time. It's one of the newcomers on this Bulldog varsity roster. Tim and I were talking about him during warm-ups a little bit. Seemed to be throwing a good ball, but with the rain coming in, we'll see if that changes the Bulldogs' game plan. 1st and 10, he's going to hand it off to Monasteri, who escapes the first tackler and gets a short gain.
Yeah, I would expect to see a lot of Monasteri, one of the seniors and leaders on this team. I was just counting. There's actually 8 sophomores on the Kenmore East squad, so fairly young team here tonight.
Yeah, and this Kenmore East team, Tim, last year only had 24, 25 guys on their roster. When I looked earlier today just to take some notes, they've got 36 guys on this team, so a big improvement, numbers-wise for this Bulldog team. Having that depth should help them throughout the year. 2nd and 9. Coming up for the Bulldogs. Klein sets a guy in motion, takes the snap. It's another run for Monasteri. He gets out wide to the left side, stiff arms a defender down and gets a nice chunk of yards there. And that was actually Carson Pryor, number 4. So he gets his first touch of the game, and it's a nice one. That's going to move the chains for Kenmore East.
Yeah, a little bit of Derrick Henry run there, breaking the first tackle in the backfield, and then a nice stiff arm able to get around the corner and get the first down there.
Always nice to get a highlight like that on your tape, right? Sending a defender right into the turf. That's a powerful run. Like we said, gets the first down for Ken East. They're now at the Jacks 45. Short kickoff helps the Bulldogs get into the opponent's territory quick. Klein stays in the shotgun. He's got 4 wide. He'll look to throw on 1st and 10. That one high, but it's caught. And that's Jacob Coburn. High balls will get caught when you're thrown to a 6'3" target.
Yeah, but you know what? That's 2 great things that happened there. North Tonawanda blitzed both linebackers, and the Kenmore East line and running back picked up both blitzes. And that's not an easy pass. That's from the hash that's in front of us all the way to the outside. That's a long pass, especially for a sophomore. That's a great first confidence builder for this young quarterback.
I was just about to say that. Building the confidence early, completing your first throw of the game, and getting the protection from your teammates is the big key there.
Yep. Usually when a high school team blitzes 2 guys, one's usually getting in. Great job by the Kenmore East line there.
So the Bulldogs off to a solid start on their opening drive. No negative plays to this point. Klein remains in the shotgun, 4 to his left side, 1 to the right. Empty backfield. He's going to look to throw again. It's a short pass. That one off the hands of Monasteri. But we also got a flag on the field. And it looks like it'll be against the offense.
Yeah, a little bit of movement on the wide receiver there for Kenmore East. Just jumped the gun a little bit.
Only took me 1 minute and 37 seconds into this game to give the Bulldogs broadcasters jinx. I said no negative plays, and there they go. They got to back up 5 yards after that one. And you know, Matt, for North Tonawanda's defense, we haven't really talked about them yet. That's a nice little thing for them. They didn't have to get a stop there, but they do get some yards back because right now the Bulldogs have come out and put them on their heels a little bit early here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, one of the especially for Kenmore East being really their first game, you got to try to minimize the mistakes as much as possible. Little things like that. Can't go backwards 5 yards here and there. That'll come back to haunt you.
So we got 1st and 15 from the North Tonawanda 38. Klein going to run it after getting the snap, shakes the first defender, splits another 2 and takes a big hit, but he runs right into that tackler. He's going to pick up some yards there. Might have gotten close to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good hard run. The spacing between the running back and the quarterback wasn't great there. It looked like they were going to try a quarterback option to run or pitch it back to the running back. They were a little bit too close together there, so the quarterback had to keep it, but did a good job not getting negative yards there again.
Yeah, for an opening drive right now, Kenmore East, especially a team that struggled on the offensive side last year, looking rather impressive. And this sophomore quarterback coming out here on his opening drive on varsity with a lot of poise. They'll mark it 2nd and 11, so a gain of 4 on that last run by Klein. He's got Pryor on his left side, and he's going to hand it to Pryor on 2nd and long. He'll muscle his way through the line and pick up another 4 yards or so on that one.
Yeah, good job there by number 50 for Kenmore East, Jacob Lexner. Did a pull on the counter there, giving the running back a few extra yards, giving him some space to get there, giving him a manageable 3rd down here.
And that is a big buy to bring down the senior Carson Pryor, listed at 6'1", 240. And, you know, I'm not too good at this, but just by the eye test, I don't see many North Tonawanda defenders, maybe only 1 or 2, that size-wise match up with Pryor in the open field. Going to be 3rd and 8. Klein takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks down long the right side of the field. It's complete, and it's caught in the end zone. Jacob Coburn brings that one in for the Kenmore East touchdown.
Great job by the young quarterback. Stayed in the pocket. Another good job by the running backs of Kenmore East picking up the blitz. And I'll tell you, that is not a normal-looking sophomore quarterback right there. First drive, you gotta think he was nervous. The first drive jitters. He certainly didn't show it. Made a great pass to the corner where only his receiver could get it, and a quick 6-0 for Kenmore East. Can't ask for a better start if you're a Bulldog.
Yeah, now Coburn gonna come on to kick the extra point here. It's a bad snap. Coburn able to get his hands on. He's got to escape some pressure. Gets the throw away. It's complete, and Monasteri makes his way across the plane to get the 2. There's a flag, though, on the near side of the field. We'll see if it brings it back for the Bulldogs.
usually be an illegal man downfield in that scenario.
Officials are
But it looks like
huddling up to.
No flag. No flag.
So the 2-point conversion is good on what was almost a broken play for Kenmore East. And after the opening drive takes about 3.5 minutes off the clock, the Bulldogs have an 8-0 lead here on the road. So we'll take a quick break and be right back as North Tonawanda will receive their first kick, and we'll get to see the Lumberjack offense for the first time. Stay tuned right here on WMY Athletics.
Are you in pain from a no-fault car accident? Don't wait. Call RES Physical Medicine and Rehab today and take advantage of our 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. One of our medical professionals will see you within 48 hours. RES offers DXD imaging for a more accurate diagnosis in less time. This allows our doctors to coordinate the most effective treatment plan to get you on your way to recovery faster. Feel better with RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. Click or call today to learn more.
Welcome back to WMYAthletics.com, coming to you live from North Tonawanda High School for some Class A Section 6 football. Lumberjacks hosting their division rival Kenmore East Bulldogs. John Simon, Tim Chiefa on the call here tonight. 8-0 lead for Kenmore East, 8:37 to play in the first quarter. We apologize. We're having some technical difficulties right now. Our scoreboard, we understand, is not coming up on the broadcast, so we will keep you updated on the score, the time, the down and distance, everything you need to know, because we want to make sure you stay tuned with us through this one tonight. Kenmore East fresh off the touchdown, taking an onside kick. It bounces around the 50. It looks like North Tonawanda was able to recover it, and that's going to be a good opening spot for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, it looks like number 24, Austin Nackreiner, able to stay with the ball. I like the aggressive play by Kenmore East. On the road, he took a quick 8-0 lead, going for the juggler early. But that being said, you give North Tonawanda a good field position right at midfield. Yeah,
this offense looking to answer an opening drive score from the Bulldogs. They made it down 55 yards down the field in less than 3.5 minutes roughly was that opening Kenmore East drive. But 1st and 10 from the 50 now for North Tonawanda. Rieselman will take the snap, fakes the handoff. He'll run it himself, and he picks up a nice chunk of yards there.
Nice option run there by the junior quarterback, Nash Rieselman. Read the defensive end there. The defensive end bit on the running back, so he held it right around the corner and got a nice gain there. Looks about 8 yards there.
Yeah, they'll mark, I think, around 2nd and 8.
Looks like they gave him a first,
or 2nd and 2.
Oh, okay, the scoreboard says first. That's not accurate.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Now it's back. So 2nd and 2 from the Kenmore East 42. Rieselman gets the snap, fakes the handoff again. He has the chance to pitch it, but he'll run it up the middle himself, and that'll be more than enough for a first down. So North Tonawanda with a couple of runs to the right side moves the chains. And the Lumberjack offense off to a good start as well.
Yeah, another good decision by the quarterback there. That was actually a double decision because the first option is to give the dive to the fullback. He elected to hold on to it, go to the outside. He did a fake to the running back and went forward, got the first down.
We talked about Kenmore East sophomore quarterback Danny Klein. Nash Rieselman, a junior this year, but was North Tonawanda's starter last year as a sophomore, so he's now in his 2nd year as being the guy under center for the Jacks. 1st and 10, he throws this one out to the left side. That one's caught, and it's going to be run up by Dennis Johnson as he's able to get a first down, and they get North Tonawanda right around the 25.
There is a flag on the play there, Blade. Looks like a hold on North Tonawanda.
So that'll bring it back for the Lumberjacks. First flag against NT, and now negate the nice catch and pick up by Johnson.
Yeah, I think they got the receiver downfield holding the cornerback.
So that'll make it 1st and 15 for NT. They're back outside the 40. Still in opponent's territory, though. About halfway through this opening quarter, 7:35 to play in this A North Division matchup. Rieselman takes the snap, hands it off. This one going to go to Sam Heim, and he breaks a tackle and gets some nice yards on the left side before being knocked out of bounds. Knee went down inbounds, though, so clock will keep running for NT.
Yeah, good hard run there by Heim. Breaking it out to the corner, getting him a very manageable second downer.
Heim was the top rusher on North Tonawanda last season, led the team in yards on the ground with 230. Wasn't used a lot too much, though, in their opening week game against Clarence. 2nd and 7 here for North Tonawanda. They're at the 33 of Ken East. Rieselman, quick toss off to Johnson. He gets some space along the right side, and he's met by a Bulldog tackler, but not before he picks up the first down.
Another good run by North Tonawanda. A little bit of a reverse there. Kenmore East was looking the other way. He was able to pick up about 10, 12 yards there for a first down.
Johnson, a nice dual threat player for this North Tonawanda offense. Threat in the receiving game, threat in the run game. Last week he had a pair of catches and about 50 rushing yards, and last season ran for almost 200 yards and had 15 catches in the shortened campaign as well. 6:15 and counting to go in this opening quarter. 1st and 10 for NT from the Ken East 24. They're going to hand it off to Heim again. He's going to run through a nice hole, and that's a nice pickup of about 8 yards on that one for Heim.
Good job there by the North Tonawanda offensive line. Doing a really nice job of pushing the pile back, pushing the defensive line for Kenmore East back onto their heels, giving the running back to get a chance to get positive yardage right away.
And this is an offense that got off to a slow start in week 1 against Clarence, scored 12 points in the game and just 6 in the first half. And by the time it got to the midway point, they were already out of it against the Red Devils. So very reassuring on that North Tonawanda sideline to see this solid opening drive. Jack's looking to finish it with a touchdown. 2nd and 3 from the 17. Heim will get another touch, and I think he got enough there to move the sticks again.
It looks like a gain of about 4 yards there, just enough for the first down. Not quite 1st and goal. They'll have it about the 14-yard line, it looks like.
So that'll bring up another 1st and 10. Heim going to go to the Jack sideline to get a breather. So they send in Drew Kosakowski, senior fullback. And he's lined up right behind Reisman. 1st and 10 from the 14, under 5 to play in this opening quarter. Rieselman, flag's thrown, but he lets the pass go anyway, and that one's incomplete. Was looking in the end zone there.
Looks like they got an illegal shift on North Tonawanda there anyway.
So that'll back the Jacks up once again. Flags starting to get in the way of this Lumberjack drive a little bit. That's the 2nd time they've had to back their way up.
You know, although there was a penalty there, not a bad toss there by Rieselman. Threw it to the right corner, threw it nice and high where his big receiver had a chance to go up and get it. I'd be surprised if they don't come back to that play at some point. Maybe not this drive, but soon.
Yeah, he was looking for Ethan Rieselman, his brother. Last week, Ethan caught 3 passes for 52 yards and a touchdown in the loss to Clarence. So they've established that connection early, and I'm sure there's been one even before they were playing varsity football at North Tonawanda. Handoff there to Heim on 1st and 15. He gets met by a wall of Bulldogs right away, and that's little to no gain on that one.
Yeah, nice job there by number 44, Joe Kelly, from the linebacker position, come in and stuff the run there.
And that's what you want to see from this Kenmore East defense right now. Yes, you've given up some yards. You've been backed up into almost your own red zone on this opening drive for North Tonawanda. But if you can stand tall right now and get a stop, I mean, that's a big momentum shift early in this game.
Absolutely. You kind of got to take the approach of bend, don't break. Can get down there all you want. If they don't put points on the board, it's totally irrelevant. So
the rain has eased up here at North Tonawanda. No drizzle now like it was at opening kickoff. Under 4 minutes to play, 3:45 and counting. 2nd and 17 for North Tonawanda. It's going to be Johnson on the reverse. He's able to shake the first tackler. Now he's got some space. He'll take it all the way for the Lumberjack touchdown. Dennis Johnson with a highlight.
The entire Kenmore East defensive going the wrong way, and then Kelly did the rest, able to break a tackle and get in the end zone.
So a 21-yard run for Johnson.
I apologize.
His first rushing touchdown of the season. And like I said, that gets NT within 2. It's 8-6 Kenmore East. Now the Jacks have a decision to make. Do they look to tie this thing up right away, or do they just decide to kick it and take the one?
It looks like their offense is out there, so it looks like they're going to go for the tie.
So North Tonawanda going to go for 2 here. It's a direct snap. And it's Heim, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down short. So Kenmore East comes away with a bit of a silver lining. They stop the 2-point conversion, and that leaves it at 8-6 in favor of the visiting Bulldogs. So with that, we'll take another short break. 8-6, Kenmore East leads North Tonawanda. 3:37 to play in the first quarter. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned here on WNY Athletics.
Does he do car?
Forget about it.
How about home?
Forget about it.
Does he get good rates?
Forget about it.
And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy?
Forget about it. Paul, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, Paul Wolfe.
Mr. Wolfe, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolfe.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF and...
Welcome back to WYAthletics.com. First quarter action still going on here at North Tonawanda. The Lumberjacks playing host to the Kenmore East Bulldogs, and it's an 8-6 lead for the visitors. Here late in the first quarter, John Simon, Tim Chiefa on the call for WNY Athletics, and we had a whistle there as North Tonawanda was about ready to kick it away, and it looks like the Jacks are going to have to re-kick this one.
Yeah, so going back to the first couple drives, John, we two confident builders for both teams that probably need it. Mm-hmm. Kenmore East coming out with a young quarterback, couple nice passes, couple nice runs, great touchdown pass. North Tonawanda comes right back, answers the bell with another touchdown. Maybe both teams might want to kick off now instead of trying the onside kick, make the offense go the full ride.
Yeah. Great starting spots for both offense. Kenmore East only had 55 yards to go for the end zone, only 50 for NT. This kick a little bit deeper, and the Bulldogs looking to return it, and they do get a nice return. That one out of Easton Jenny, the senior receiver and cornerback. He takes that one to about the 35.
Yeah, big hit there by Mason Scott to stop the momentum for Kenmore East there.
So we'll now see the Kenmore East offense back on the field. Very successful on their first trip. Got 8 points on the board with a successful 2-point conversion and drove in about 3.5 minutes to get the Bulldogs the early lead. Once again, Danny Klein in the shotgun. Carson Pryor to his right. He's got a couple receivers on the left side as well. And now we get a whistle down on the field. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout called by North Tonawanda. So I wonder if they're just trying to talk a little bit more with the defense or simply just weren't really ready for that play to start.
Yeah, Kenmore East, they're giving a few different looks. This is about the 4th different formation they've shown them. And maybe just a little unsettling for North Tonawanda, and just to be safe. It looks like every possession is going to be crucial this game. It kind of has that feeling of that kind of game. So better to be safe than sorry. Take a timeout and get yourself regrouped.
This North Tonawanda defense didn't exactly have the best opening week. They gave up 63 points to Clarence. We're down 22-6 after just the first quarter. Gave up 43 points in the first half. So obviously, it was definitely not the most reassuring thing to give up points on the opening drive. Right. But like you said, the offense picking them up a little bit, responding with points on their first possession as well.
Yeah, definitely a tough first game. I mean, there's no getting around it. It's going to be hard to find any silver linings in that big of a loss. But like we said, before the game started, got to move past it.
Yep.
Can't change anything now. Let's just move forward and start our season today.
And it was a non-leaguer, so it doesn't
Right.
affect their place in the standings really or in the playoffs. 1st and 10 play here. It's another run for Pryor. And again, North Tonawanda going to have to go with a little bit of the gang tackling strategy to get that big running back to the turf.
Yeah, it looks like Jerome Bettis coming at you, right? That's a big boy coming at you. Nice counter run there. Another positive runs. Didn't give us a yardage yet. About 4 yards there. About 2 yards.
Yeah, they marked that. That was a long 2
I
yards.
thought it was a little more than that, but
Inside 3 minutes to play, 2:55 and running. Opening quarter here at North Tonawanda. Class A matchup in the North Division between the Lumberjacks and the Kenny Bulldogs. Pair of receivers out to the right of Klein. He's a little caught off guard on that quick snap, but he's able to get the pitch away to Pryor. And he's able to take that one pretty far, and he's run out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it, but that was close to a first down.
I'm going to guess the center may have snapped that a little earlier, at least before the quarterback was expecting it. If that was supposed to be that way, they fooled us.
Yeah. I could see the startledness out of Klein from all the way up here.
But they turned something that might have been disastrous into I'm assuming a first down. They're not really telling us yet. No, 3rd and 1.
And Kenmore East has gotten a couple breaks so far early in that one. I mean, earlier there was the broken play almost on their 2-point conversion attempt. It was a bad snap, and they were able to get away from pressure and find the open receiver. Now they get another break here. 3rd and short. Klein takes the snap, hands it off. Pryor met by a tackler, tries to push ahead, but it looks like he was actually backed up a yard or so. Nice stand there by the Lumberjack defense.
So now there's a decision to make.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're on the 45-yard line, your own 45-yard line. You need a good full yard there. Looks like they're keeping their offense on the field. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw the quarterback under center and try to get that first down himself. Looks like they're bringing
And it
out
looks
the
like
big guy.
Pryor's coming out, so that's unusual.
Bit surprised when you need a yard, right?
Yeah, and it looks like they might. Oh no, they're going to keep one in the backfield. It's Jason Orlando, number 22. He's a senior running back. 2 out wide.
Oh, they got him.
And they were looking for the jump, and they got it.
But why'd they stop the play? Did East move?
Let's see.
Nope, they got it.
They call on the North Tonawanda. It's an offsides on the Lumberjacks, and we talked about on the Lumberjack opening drive, a couple penalties backed them up. It didn't hurt them. They ended up scoring, but now, first time in this game, we get a defensive penalty.
Yeah, if there's a couple things that's going to drive a coach crazy. It's a 4th and 1. You know they're going to have a hard count. It's just every football game you ever watch your entire life. When it's 4th and 1, you try a hard count, and it worked, which is going to drive the North Tonawanda coaches crazy.
Yeah, maybe early. Minute and a half to play in this opening quarter. Plenty of time still to go in this one, but it is those big plays like that that'll make you think later on in the game. Nice throw there by Klein on 1st and 10, able to hook up with Coburn up the middle, and that's another moving of the sticks for the Bulldog offense.
Yeah, nice play again by the quarterback. Little play action, held the safeties in their spot by with the fake with the running back, and a nice slant pass to the big receiver.
So they move a little deeper into North Tonawanda territory. 1st and 10 at the Lumberjack 39. 50 seconds to play in this opening quarter. Kenny's looking to add on to their 8-6 lead. Klein gets the snap, hands it off. Orlando's going to take it to the left side. He's run right down by a few defenders. He was met, but is able to get that one out of bounds. It stops the clock with 37 ticks left.
Yeah, another good drive there. Another nice run by Kenmore East, getting positive yardage, but also a nice run up from the cornerback from North Tonawanda, making the tackle on the far side, the cool side.
Now Orlando will get a much-deserved breather as running back 1, Carson Pryor, back on the field for Kenmore East. The Bulldogs scored on their opening drive on a beautiful 30-yard touchdown pass from Klein to Coburn, who made another nice catch a moment ago. 2nd and 5. Klein going to run it himself. He gets a nice space up the middle and takes it. That'll be another Ken East first down.
How about that hold? I mean, it's like they split the entire line and the hole right up the middle. Easy first down there by the by this sophomore quarterback.
And we've talked about his throwing so far in this game, but that's the second or third time now that Klein has used his feet to pick up yards. Nice to see that from a younger, not fully established at quarterback, not being afraid to run the ball as well.
Absolutely. I mean, he's proving himself to be a dual threat quarterback. He's doing the little things too, the fake handoff, holding the safety, reading the defensive end the right way. Great first quarter for the young quarterback.
And that'll do it for the opening frame. 8-6, Kenmore East leads after one quarter here at North Tonawanda High School. We'll take another quick break and be right back for second quarter action here on WMY Athletics.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
When you're ready to buy a home, start your search at howardhanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Being home.
The play starts. Don't worry about rushing and cutting yourself off. You can talk over the plays since
Okay.
Welcome back to WYAthletics.com, coming to you live from North Tonawanda High School, Section 6 Class A football action. North Tonawanda hosting Kenmore East in this North Division matchup. John Simon here alongside Tim Chiefa. Start of the second quarter, Kenmore East with an 8-6 lead, and they are driving. They are down at the 26 of North Tonawanda to start this second frame. Klein able to avoid the first tackler, but not the second. Sam Heim brings him down for the sack, and that'll be a big loss for the Bulldogs here to start this quarter.
Yeah, nice job there by the linebacker Sam Heim getting in the backfield. Quarterback was just not able to get away from him.
And that's really the first negative play that wasn't a flag from this Kenmore East offense. That'll back them up 6 yards. It's 2nd and 16 now. And a nice start to this quarter for the North Tonawanda defense.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked here if you see the Bulldogs go back to the big receiver here. We said earlier, Jacob Coburn, senior receiver, 6'3", 190 pounds. It's a great weapon to have. Single coverage right in front of us, too. Look out for that going right to the end zone.
Yeah, Coburn had a pair of grabs in the first quarter, one of them for a touchdown. Klein going to hand this one off, though, to Pryor, and he's able to stiff arm the tackler, but he can't really get away from him. Pryor goes down for a short gain.
Yeah, another nice tackle, another nice play by Sam Heim. Seems to be all over the place right now on this possession.
And they're actually going to mark that as a loss of 1. So it'll be 3rd and 18. So this is going to be the toughest play of the game as far as down and distance for Kenmore East.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably a chance maybe you throw it towards the end zone. If it happens to get picked off, it's the same as a punt either way.
Right.
Not a lot of plays you can draw up for 3rd and 18, obviously. But look for Colburn right up the middle here, maybe towards the goalpost.
Yeah, he's got Coburn in the slot to his left. Klein looks that way. He's got to escape some tacklers, and he's brought down. Just able to get it down at Klein's feet, I should say, was Matt Willard, number 75 in red. And sometimes that's all it takes. You don't have to tackle by the body. Just tripping him up a little bit does the job.
But the North Tonawanda defense really turning up the heat the last few plays. Couple tackles in the backfield, couple sacks. Could be a momentum changer for the North Tonawanda defense and giving them a little confidence.
And it helps them bounce back a little bit. It was 4th down earlier in this drive back late in the first quarter, and North Tonawanda extended it, jumping off sides and letting Kenmore East extend its drive a little bit longer. Now it's 4th and long. Even if they do jump, it's not going to be an automatic first.
I would assume it's a Colburn pass up the left side, just a jump ball, see if he can grab it. Nope.
And they're going for it on 4th and 22, and that's going to be a loss. So a nice job by the North Tonawanda defense. That was Dennis Johnson on that tackle. They pin Monastery back, And that's a turnover on downs. North Tonawanda's offense going to come back out.
Yeah, great job by the defense of North Tonawanda. Big momentum change, getting the ball back to their offense. I got to say, I don't love the call by Kenmore East.
Yeah.
I think you should at least give your big receiver a chance. Go up and make a play, maybe get an interference. And like I said, worst case scenario, gets intercepted. It's the same thing as a punt. So, again, great field position to start for North Tonawanda.
Yeah, favorable spot. They're going to begin this drive at their own 44. Nash Rieselman looked good on the opening drive. He'll drop back on the first play of this one. He's going to look deep down the field for Van Valkenburg, and that one just a little far from the outstretched hands of the receiver. He dives for it, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, tough play there. Good job by the quarterback. He did a pump and go. The cornerback actually bit. It gave the receiver a step and just out-threw him a little bit, out-threw his stretch hands out there. So good play there by North Tonawanda, just unable to complete it.
Van Valkenburg, one of the top players on the defensive side for this North Tonawanda team, had 10 tackles in the game last year against Kenmore East, which North Tonawanda won on the road 49-14. Haven't even mentioned that tidbit yet in this one. Yes, the Bulldogs looking to get revenge on this North Tonawanda team. They won at the Bulldogs home field last year. 2nd and 10, 9-10 to go in the second quarter. Rieselman going to keep it, and he split through the defenders, still on his feet. The ball comes out, but it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lumberjacks, and that's a nice run by Rieselman. It picks up a first down and more.
Yeah, really nice job there. The linebackers and the defensive ends for Kenmore East really struggling with the option, kind of not knowing where to go with the good play by Rieselman. The defensive end went right to the running back, and then the quarterback cut it right upfield and was able to get a great game there into Bulldog territory.
Mentioned last year's win against Kenmore East. Rieselman had a really good game against the Bulldogs, threw for 5 touchdowns in that one. And as I said, Van Valkenburg, 10 tackles. He finished 3rd on the team last year in tackles with 33, the most amongst any returning player for this North Tonawanda team. 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks from the 38 of Kenmore East. Rieselman going to hand this one right off to Heim. He goes up the middle, and he spun forward for another yard or two, but that's going to be another nice pickup.
Yeah, and it's only a couple yards, but what it's also doing is it's keeping the Bulldog defense on its toes.
Yep.
You know, you're going to see that play run again where they're going to fake it to the fullback this time, and 2 or 3 players are probably going to draw into that fullback because of that play right there. So that's more of a setup play than anything else.
And you were talking about earlier with Kenmore East when the North Tonawanda defense called a timeout, how the Bulldogs have been given some different looks. I've noticed this North Tonawanda team, they are rotating in and out a lot of guys. Like, they're using different packages, different players in different spots so far in this one. It's got to be challenging for the Kenny's defense as well.
A lot of different formations, a lot of different patterns.
2nd and 7, swings that one out to Rieselman. He makes a nice move along the sideline, and he's going to get brought down inside on the field of play, so clock keeps running. And it'll actually stop momentarily because that was enough for a first down.
Yeah, another nice play, almost like a New England Patriot back in the day run, the way they used to run the ball. It's a pass, but it's technically a pass, but it's like a run. They just get it to the outside faster, like a swing pass. But it got a good job by the North Tonawanda offense, and like you mentioned, a lot of different looks, a lot of different formations, a lot of different motions. Seems to be confusing the Kenmore East defense, and they look a little tired already. Some hands on the hips already.
A little more than 4 minutes gone by in the second quarter. 7:40 to go in the half. Johnson going to get a touch on this one. He gets a burst of speed before running into a pair of Bulldog defenders. And there is a flag thrown back by the line of scrimmage. And this one's going to come back. It's a face mask against the Lumberjacks. So that's the second time now. Dennis Johnson really getting the short end of the
Right.
stick. He's got 2 nice plays tonight now that have been negated because of a penalty against the offense.
Well, total about 40 yards. It got called back for a negative 20 yards. But that's a big play there. So that's a momentum changer, a momentum shift that you don't want if you're North Tonawanda. And on the other hand, if you're Kenmore East, you got to say let's get going again. We came out of this game guns blazing, we're firing, and we're kind of been on our heels since then. Now you got them 1st and 20, make another play, and get the ball back and see what you could do.
Yeah, they were knocking on the door of the Kenmore East red zone a moment ago. Now they're back close to the 40. Going to be second and long. It's a handoff to Heim. First and long, but he's going to pick up some big yards here. That's going to be a North Tonawanda first down. Talked about Sam Heim earlier, was their leading rusher last season. And there he shows you his ability to pick up yards in big doses.
Yeah, great play. Great play there, getting right back from the penalty. Huge play for the offense, getting right down to the 11-yard line of the Bulldogs.
So that'll make it 1st and 10 from the 11. North Tonawanda inside the Kenmore East red zone, looking to take their first lead in this one. Bulldogs lead 8-6, 6.5 to play in this first half. Rieselman not under center. He's got Heim right behind him. Heim will take the handoff, and he's met by a wall of tacklers. The ball might have come loose. It did, but there are flags down on the field. Heim knew he lost it, and we'll see what the officials call here. It's Kenmore East ball.
Oh, fumble.
So the Bulldogs recovered there. I saw the ball pop out, lost sight of it right after.
I thought they threw a flag.
Yeah, I thought that there was a flag thrown too, but you can see the disappointment from the Lumberjacks. A couple of players with their hands on their head. They are a little distraught that they lost an opportunity on it after driving down the majority of the length of the field there.
Yeah, that's a tough one to swallow there. You had them back on their heels. You had them tired. All the way down to the 5-yard line, and you cough up the ball right before you're going to take the lead. That's a tough one. But on the other hand, could be a burst of energy for Kenmore East now. You got to take advantage of it. You still have the lead, but you really haven't looked great since the first drive. So big drive here with 6 minutes to go in the half.
And this is a chance for the North Tonawanda defense maybe to make a play. Kenmore East got a long way to go if they want to extend their 2-point lead. 1st and 10 from their own 5. And Klein's able to get that one away, but it falls incomplete. Nice break up there by Van Volkenberg.
It shows that the Kenmore East coaches, they have some confidence in their young quarterback. Throw him from basically his own end zone there when he got the ball. Don't see that a lot of times with a sophomore quarterback. So I think they have some confidence in this kid. They trust him to throw the ball, make the right decision. Couldn't really tell if it was broken up or a drop pass from our perspective. We're kind of far away there. But they're giving this kid every chance to be successful here.
Yeah, he's got 3 receivers to his left side again, 1 to the right. 2nd and 10 from the 5. He's got Pryor. It's going to be an option. Klein going to run it. He shakes a few tacklers. He's still on his feet, and he avoids a couple more. A beautiful run by Klein as he gets out past the 15. That'll be a first down. And we continue to see this sophomore quarterback grow before our eyes. Danny Klein putting together a wonderful first half in his first varsity start.
Yeah, great run there. That was set up for disaster. It was set up for about a 3 or 4 yard loss. I think he broke about 3 tackles by himself, went all the way across field for a huge first down there. Give them some breathing room now and keep the clock running. Worst case scenario, you want to go into the lead, go into the halftime with the lead still.
Yeah, we're more than halfway through this second quarter. 5:35 in counting in the second frame. Now we get a timeout on the field. I think it was just the official calling for a timeout, and now they'll start play again. 1st and 10 from their own 16. Kenmore East still leading in this one 8-6, but would certainly like to add to that. Quick pass up the middle. That one is caught. Jordan Ward with the reception there as he's brought down just short of the 30. And that's another nice look and another receiver getting involved for Kenmore East, but Klein, another great pass.
Yeah, not only the pass, the read too. He read the outside linebacker blitz, which gave number 10 the inside slot receiver wide open slant pass there. So those are junior senior type things that this quarterback is doing. So I'm really impressed. Like, that is not easy to do. Usually, you have your quarterback when they're young, they see one read, maybe a second, and then they take off. He's reading defenses that are blitzing, hitting the right man on the slant. Really nice job there.
Here he goes, dropping back again on 1st and 10. Wobbly pass. That one's caught by Monasteri. And a nice job by the receiver there to stick with that one, because I'm sure he heard the footsteps coming in from that safety.
Absolutely. Good job there by Gio Monasteri, the senior running back, receiver. He kind of plays everywhere out there. But Kenmore East kind of going back to that first drive. Looks like they're a little more confident again. Kind of got that last drive out of the way, and again, this is like the fifth different formation just on this drive. Really impressed with so far with the offense here.
2nd and 2 as we reach 4 minutes to play in this quarter. Klein dropping back, dumps that one off, and that one's going to be run up ahead for a first down and even more as the receivers finally brought down, and I believe that was Jordan Ward once again, number 10.
Yeah, good job there by the Kenmore East offensive line. It was set up as a screen. That's why the quarterback kept going backwards as much as he did. Dumped it over the defensive line of North Tonawanda and able to get another first down.
And Kenmore East received the ball to start this game, so North Tonawanda will get at the beginning of the third quarter. 3:35 and counting left in this one right now until halftime. If you're Kenmore East, you're not on short time yet, but you definitely want to make the most of this drive and find the end zone, get your lead stretched out a little bit more before going into the locker room for half. 1st and 10 from their own 46. It's going to be a run play. It's Jason Orlando. He's brought down for a loss, but there's also a flag thrown on the field.
They got him with a horse collar, maybe? May have been a horse collar from the number 26 for North Tonawanda.
Yeah, and the North Tonawanda faithful not thrilled with that call, but that's going to be a big help for the Bulldogs. And that's another.
I think it's a 15-yarder.
Yeah, that's another punch you don't want to take if you're the North Tonawanda defense.
That's a tough call. It really couldn't see it from our standpoint, but it looked like the number 26, Mason Scott, made a great tackle from behind. But that's one of those calls. It's just tough. It's a real gray area, that particular penalty.
Well, that puts the Bulldogs into North Tonawanda territory. 1st and 10 from the Jacks 42. Exactly 3 minutes to play in this first half. Kenmore East still leading 8-6 in this Class A North Division matchup. And we get a whistle just as the snap comes. Couple of flags thrown, and I think we definitely had some movement on the line.
Yeah, it looks like the offensive line may have jumped a little bit. I think it was number 75 there. May have heard some footsteps from the North Tonawanda linebacker who's about to jump in there.
So North Tonawanda's defense gets a little bit back there after the horse collar penalty. They gave up 15 yards. Now they get 5 back. So it's starting to even itself out. They'll take all they can get right now. I think if you're the Jacks defense, if you just get out of this half with a stop, you're down 2 going into halftime. You get the ball to start the third quarter. Plenty of time to regroup and get things on track.
When this drive started, if you're North Tonawanda, you're thinking, get the ball back or score defensively.
Yeah.
Now where the ball is, you're thinking just get out of this half without Kenmore East scoring.
2:25 to go. Klein takes the snap, looks over the middle, and that one incomplete. Was looking for Jenny, and that one might have even been tipped. It looked like a North Tonawanda defender got their hand on it on the way there.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of confusion with Joe Kelly and Easton Jenny there. They're both receivers were right in the same area. Not great spacing, just a little bit of confusion there. Again, first game jitters there, right?
Yeah,
first
but Kenmore East, that might have been an issue, but you know what? Relatively speaking, with how much this team has struggled over the last 10, 15 years, I mean, we're both from Western New York. We've been around for a long time. I can't remember the last time that Ken East was a very competitive or at least top team in their division. And no slight to them. It's just the facts. But this offense, the way that they've played in this first half, they look like they can compete against most, if not any, defense in their division. 2:21 to go in the first half. 2nd and 15. Klein with the deep ball. He completes it. It's Coburn again. And that's another Bulldogs touchdown. What a hookup from the sophomore to the senior. That stretches the lead for Kenmore East.
Great job by the quarterback there. Looked off the safety, then dumped it to the goalpost there. Kind of the play we thought was going to happen on the last drive. But a great drive. Started on their own 5-yard line, all the way downfield for another Kenmore East touchdown pass. Great job there.
Second touchdown reception of the night for Jacob Coburn. The second passing touchdown for Danny Klein. And now the Bulldogs on to kick the extra point here. Their last attempt was no good, but it ended in a good 2-point conversion. Now we get flags thrown just as the kick goes up. We'll see what they call here, but right now the score is 14-6 Ken East.
It's actually a really big big extra point here. It makes it a two score game if they convert it here.
So we'll see what they end up doing after the flag on that last snap. But that is a huge touchdown for Kenmore East. As we said, 2 reception scores tonight for Jacob Coburn. The first, the 31-yard, and that one a 47-yarder. And that...
Let's see if that changed the decision for Kenmore East, because you move the ball up now to look like about the 1-yard line. Looks like they're still lining up the kick.
And Coburn will be the one to kick the extra point. Monastery, the holder. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it goes through. So it becomes a 2-score game, a 9-point lead for Kenmore East. Bulldogs leading the Jacks on the road 15-6 with 2 minutes and change left here in the first half. We will take a quick break in the action. Stay tuned right here for WMY Athletics. We'll be back with more first half action. Lead in this Section 6 Class A North matchup. John Simon, Tim Chiefa here. And Tim, these are 2 teams that didn't have great seasons back in the spring. North Tonawanda obviously off to an 0-1 start this year. But we've got ourselves an entertaining football game in front of us tonight.
Yeah, great offensive showing so far, especially by Kenmore East. We kind of have the Nash, Riesterman, and where's the receiver? The Kenmore East receiver?
Coburn,
yeah. The Coburn who does 2 touchdown passes, kicks the extra point. So North Tonawanda has a decision to make here. How aggressive are you if you're North Tonawanda?
And that kick doesn't get far off the turf. It was a hard liner off the foot of Coburn, and the Jacks recover it just around their own 40.
So with 2 minutes 11 seconds left, you got the ball around the 40-yard line, your own 40-yard line. How aggressive will North Tonawanda be? Will they also get the ball to start the third quarter? So I think you try to be aggressive and you try to get points on the board one way or another.
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
Right, you got
2 timeouts.
2 timeouts, exactly. But a really big first 2 plays here. You have to get positive yards. Can't go the other direction.
Yeah, you want to be into opponent's territory within these first 2 or 3
right.
plays. Don't want to go back at all. But this offense drove down a good length of the field its last time out and came up short after a fumble. But it's time again on this run. The ball is loose. It looks like the Bulldogs recovered, and that would be another big blow to North Tonawanda if they lost it. Officials still trying to sort it out, and it was recovered by North Tonawanda.
Wow, that may have saved the game for North Tonawanda. If Kenmore East gets the ball back there with 2 minutes left, just the way the offense just looked, they probably were going to put points on the board again. So a huge break there for North Tonawanda. Let's see if they can take advantage of it, because it was a great run right until the very end.
Yeah, they avoid a bit of a catastrophe there. That's the second run in a row now for Sam Hine that's been a solid one that ended in a fumble.
Right.
Thankfully, this time, unlike the previous, it didn't end with a Kenmore East recovery. 1:35 and the clock ticking here in this first half. 15-6 lead for Kenmore East. The home North Tonawanda Lumberjacks looking to get some points before halftime. Rieselman takes the snap, feels the pressure. He's got to run away from it, but he's brought down just short of the line of scrimmage. Nice job there to track him down by the Kenmore East defense. That was Kalel Lee, the junior defensive tackle, in there for the wrap-up on that one.
Yeah, good job there by the Kenmore East defensive line, collapsing the pocket on the North Tonawanda quarterback. North Tonawanda quarterback tried to step up, but there really wasn't anywhere to go there. So clock still running, just under a minute now. second and about 14, 15 yards.
And they're in opponent's territory, but North Tonawanda now might be in that mode of, Tim, just let's get this thing to halftime. Rieselman running out to his left, and it's intercepted. Jason Orlando picks that one off for Kenmore East, and he's brought down around the Bulldogs 30.
Oh, fight going on.
But that is a big end of the first half for the Bulldogs. And, yeah, you mentioned it, Tim. One of the North Tonawanda players is not happy. He was going after Carson Pryor. And it's Drew Kosakowski. He was definitely shouting something. And he had to be restrained by his teammates and coaches by the North Tonawanda sideline.
You also have a hurt player.
And that's
like
Klein. And that would be horrible news for Kenmore East if they were without their sophomore quarterback for the rest of this one.
Looks like he's holding his shoulder.
He's down on the turf, and that's his right arm. That's his throwing shoulder. And he is in noticeable pain as he's being attended to by the trainers out by the 35.
Yeah, definitely not stuff you want. He popped up. Hopefully it's just a little scare. But at the end of that play, tough pass there by the North Tonawanda. Probably a bad decision going back to the middle of the field. Definitely, kind of a no-no for quarterbacks. But this game is a great play game, great first half. You don't want to see that scruffle. No one wants to get thrown out. The refs don't want to throw out anybody. Got to keep cool heads. Got to prevail here. 39 seconds. What do you do?
I was just thinking the same thing. What do you do if you're Kenmore East? You've got a credible deep threat in Jacob Coburn. He's already got 2 receiving touchdowns tonight.
Yeah.
But now I'm also wondering, Klein just gets up from a hurt shoulder. Do you want to just get it to halftime and let him rest and get things sorted a little bit during the break?
I think Klein probably has to sit a play if I'm not mistaken.
Right, yeah. Monastery I think is going to come in and run this one for the Bulldogs.
If they don't kneel on it, maybe just like a quarterback keeper to see if you can get some yards gained. I'm probably just kneeling on it or somewhat kneeling on it if I'm Kenmore East. Take the big lead in the halftime. Can't ask for a better first half.
Monastery was their starting quarterback last season as we get a timeout called by the Bulldogs. Again, 39 seconds left in this first half. So we'll see if they run a play. Monastery capable of doing it. He had a good arm when I saw his game last year against North Tonawanda at Adams Field. Just didn't have, I think, the talent and speed around him that this Kenmore East offense has, and that's been, also a credit to Danny Klein, who's had a wonderful game. We hope he's able to finish this one out.
Right. There's something to say about being aggressive and all that, but you also don't want to end the half on a bad note either. You just went all the way downfield for a great touchdown. You got the extra point. Then you have an interception on the defensive end. Maybe it's best you take the kneel, you go into halftime, and you really couldn't ask for a better first half if you're the coaching staff of Kenmore East.
No, absolutely. This team
looks like they're lining up to kneel on that too.
Yeah, they went 0-4 last season. Had to deal with a number of game cancellations due to COVID. They will kneel it, and that will presumably take it to halftime. But like I said, Kenmore East 0-4 last season. First game of the year this year, they had to deal with another COVID cancellation with last week's game against Dunkirk getting postponed. But the long wait for this Kenmore East group to have a competitive team seems to be over as they play a great first half against North Tonawanda and take a 15-6 lead here into the midway break.
Yeah, like we talked about, a great first half for Kenmore East. But if you are North Tonawanda, a couple mistakes and you're right there. You're knocking on the doorstep of Kenmore East, you're on the 5-yard line, and you put the ball on the ground. It kind of changed everything. So there is a silver lining, though. You're not out of the game. You're a mistake away from being right in this game. Should be a great second half.
Yeah, North Tonawanda set to receive the kick at the start of the third quarter. That is about 15 minutes away. We will take a halftime break, but stay tuned here for WY Athletics. We've got second half action coming up for you shortly. So stay tuned. We'll be back for more after halftime.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, BU, Bisons, for basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the... When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Are you in pain from a no-fault car accident? Don't wait. Call RES Physical Medicine and Rehab today and take advantage of our 24 to 48 appointment pledge. One of our medical professionals will see you within 48 hours. RES offers DXD imaging for a more accurate diagnosis in less time. This allows our doctors to coordinate the most effective treatment plan to get you on your way to recovery faster. Feel better with RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. Click or call today to learn more.
Paul Wolfe Agency, how can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The Wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
You're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolfe. I solve problems.
Oh, good, because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely. Mr. Wolfe, can I get you a cup of coffee?
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fit. Your goal is our goal.
Media is a local operated, multi-purpose media company right here in West